Alright there, guys, welcome back to another video. Back at it again at Kennedy again. I'm gonna do a double upload today, or at least try to anyway. So after the vlog this morning, I went to the dollar store, Dollar Tree, looked around a little bit. Didn't really see anything I wanted, which whatever. Went home, ate lunch, sat at home for probably, because it's a little after 2 now, so for an hour. I always talked about fucking one day in the future, you know, after getting the mountain bike back, which is done. I just gotta go get it. Then I was gonna rip that apart and fix it, you know, because there's a creak only when I pedaled. And I always said that it was either gonna be the fucking pedals, which could be meaning that the bearings in this inside the pedals are dry, but wasn't the case. It was the bottom bracket bearings in there, which when I get done here, I'm gonna listen, which I didn't feel any vibrations or clicking or anything when I was pedaling, because I'm listening to music right now too. Not obviously not when I'm vlogging. I get a copyright strike with that. So when I leave here, I'm gonna just listen again, because I just went for a quick little fucking burst in pedaling and seemed fine. But like I said, I'm gonna listen a little bit and I'll cross the street, you know, now that I worked some of the grease into the bearings. Fucking cut myself in the process. Fucking focus. So I'm trying to get my fucking camera to work here, because it's not wanting to focus on my finger. Like how it's clear like that. Put my finger in there, it's fuzzy. But anyway, it's right in that area where I got cut. Whatever. You know, my hands still smell like fucking grease, which for the fucking grease that I used, I should have put fucking gloves on before I did it, but whatever. And the reason why I say that is because I do have gloves at home and I should have put them on, but whatever. My hands are already dirty anyway from when I started taking everything apart. So that's why I said whatever, because, you know, because I use the grease used for like wheel bearings and shit. You know, if you have like an older vehicle where it was all like spindle, yeah, you know, before they had the hubs that bolted to the knuckle. So the spindle, you know, back when vehicles used to, you know, two-wheel drive vehicles like cars and two-wheel drive trucks used spindles that bolted to the A-arms, instead of having like a knuckle that had a hub that bolted to the knuckle. All that became later. Like on your four-wheel drive trucks, like my dad had an 89 GMT 400 K1500 OBS four-wheel drive, and it had the normal steering knuckles like what you see today on vehicles, and it had the hub that bolted to the knuckle, and then the axle would slide into the hub. You know, the hub is what the wheel bolts to. And then on the vehicles that didn't have this hub, actual bolt, that on the two-wheel drive vehicles back in like the 80s and shit that didn't have the hub or the knuckles that the hubs bolted to, they had what's called as a spindle. So then spindle, or the, you know, the part where of the hub or whatever, you know, what you would call the hub, you know, the part that the wheel would bolt to on the older vehicles like my dad's Le Mans, that's a hub and spindle setup. You know, and then you'd have bearings on the inside of that hub, and that all would fucking get pressed into like a brake drum, and then that would hold what would hold the fucking brake drum on the front of the vehicle. And the bearings would sit on the inside of that. You pack those with like wheel bearing grease or axle bearing grease, whatever it's called. It's red, you know, you can get it in red, blue, orange, whatever, you know, whatever colors. I think the blue is like your high temp shit, but my dad just uses normal red wheel bearing grease. And I just packed that in the bearings and quieted it down, which when I had to do this to fix the same issue on the Hoffman, the last BMX bike I had that I sold when I got the fat tire, when I had to fix that issue, I just used one of my dad's grease guns, which I used most of the grease out of it anyway, so I didn't want to do it that way this time. So then that's what made me use the fucking wheel bearing grease. And it worked, as if I know of, so. But anyway, guys, I'm gonna end the video here. Figured, like I said, I'd do a double upload, so. But anyway, guys, I'll see you guys in the next video.